My equipment's a little unbalanced, but here we are. It just sounds funny in here. All right, I'm gonna get to it. Let's see. Get my brain organized. The microphone sounds a little funny. I'm thinking more about microphones that I could get that would be a little more in balance. I'm starting to become more tuned into that. All right, let's get focused, Noah. All right, so I haven't done a live stream in a while, and I'm excited about the upcoming future. I've recently started hosting an open mic at Southern Roots in Park Circle, North Charleston, and so far it's going by parameters that by my own parameters, I think it's going pretty well. And we've had a decent turnout, everyone, and for a brand new event. And the experience itself of the events, I think, has been good at every single one. So I'm excited about it. But I'm sorry, I'm getting disoriented by how loud it is in this headphone. Let me turn the headphone down. Give me 1 second. Let's turn this down. All right, that should turn it down a little bit. All right, yeah, that's a little bit better. That was too loud in here. Okay, so let's see where to start. Got morning exercise in. I'm excited for these. Well, I think I'm about to hit a really good stride here. So I got my morning exercise done. Here's my meal, my first 2 meals. It tastes pretty good, and it's got a lot of good stuff in it. Trying to get mind and body right. That ain't no joke, and you got to get your mind and body right to do good work. I'm also trying to be more patient with myself, and be okay with a little bit of a slower pace of results, and just put in a good amount of work each day, but not overdo it every day. Not be so focused or driven on results that I stress my mind out and end up getting worse results as a result. All right, to the point here. Today, I'm going to be working on a song that was written by stage name Jane Smeets out of California, and I wanted to show the process of starting from a scratch track with chords, a chord sheet, and lyrics, and taking that and producing something with it that, well, I hope I'm getting paid to do this, so I would hope that I can take it to another level. And but also, it's not just that; it's also finding my own interpretation of it, so that when I produce it, so I'm being hired to take this somebody else's song that they've produced a scratch track of, which essentially is they probably recorded through an iPhone or something of her and a few friends running through the song, and then given a chord sheet and a lyric sheet, and then taking that and producing it with the equipment that I have here and the skills and abilities that I have, and to try to get maybe as close to a radio ready version of the song as I can. Now, I can't perform it the way I think about these songs or the way I think about singing a song is that I can't sing it or produce it the same way that the original artist does it, or that anybody else does it for that matter. I have to find my own way of getting through the song. First, I need to understand the song, more or less. I think a starting point would be to try to do my best to understand the song in the way that it was intended, in the way that it was written, in the way that the original artist meant it. And inevitably that's going to be impossible to understand it flawlessly. But then I need to have my own understanding of it, so that when I move through the song vocally, that I am tapped into feeling and the way I like to think about it is, I was talking to I got a chance to be interviewed. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't use air quotations. Interviewed for a student's project. I think out of Huntington Beach on Friday for their school for their music class, and I was sort of saying the same thing about, I think when you're writing, when you write from true inspiration, when you write from feeling, then it's based on reality. Because I think you know when you're speaking the truth, you know when you're trying to tell the truth, and I think music is sort of the most infinite way of communicating, or the you can get down you can it's like painting a picture with sound. It really is. And so they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And think of the same thing of a song. um, Maybe a song, well, anything you do with your voice contains a bunch of information. And the way that you it's called the prosody, the sounds that you make, the silences, the spaces, the elevation and pitch, in volume, all these things impact what's communicated. And that's why communication is so hard. You combine that with body language, and it's like ripe for miscommunication, because everybody has different interpretations of words themselves, which only make up like 7% of what's actually communicated. And then everybody has different cultural prosody and cultural body language, and then their own individual understandings of that. Nobody shares exactly the same. So, all right. So, I want to make my own interpretation so that when I'm singing it, it's true to myself. And then that will be based on my reality, and it will be intimately tied to it. And that way I'll have vocal tracks that are very informative, that contain a lot of information, that are interesting. If I try to just sort of fake it, or I try to go for something that I think is cool, or anything like that, I'm going to be limited by my mind's ability to come up with it, rather than just trying to make a sound that resonates as true to me, and let that be. I think that's generally a better way to go about it. So let's see. Before I dive in here, this process may not, it will be stilted, I would imagine. It's not going to just be a perfect flow, or it could be, but in all likelihood, it's not going to be some perfect, fast flow from the beginning of where we're starting to my final product. But I should be able to make a lot of progress over the next maybe 2 to 3 hours. This is something that I've done many, many, many times now, working with songwriter Nathan Douglas. We've worked on, I think, over 200 songs by now, where we start with a scratch track and a lyric sheet, chord sheet, and move from that to finished product. And so it'll be a little bit of a journey, but we can move through some of what I just talked about in the approach towards understanding the song and getting a vocal performance, also coming up with an arrangement, and also working on mixing, and my limited understanding of mastering at this point. And before I move into that, I'm gonna boil this video down and make once this live stream is done, I'll boil it down into maybe like a 5-minute video or a 6-minute video or something like that I'll post on my YouTube channel. Any help and every help growing my YouTube channel will be much appreciated. And that's where I really wanted to start this video is. I'm very excited for the coming days. I've got this open mic that I've started, and I want to be really plugged in to a community. I want to grow a community of people, of all different kinds, of all different professions. I want to try to, and lots of musicians, I hope, and that we can all work together to build and grow original music shows, or cover music shows, or cover music is fine too. I have a pretty deep appreciation for cover music, and I think it's all, whether it's original or it's cover, it all has to do with sort of your heart and where you're singing from and where you're performing from, and and desire to connect with people and what you're trying to offer to people. I really want to build a community. I think, well, I haven't yet seen The Social Dilemma, but I've heard a bunch of people talk about that, and I would imagine it discusses a lot of the things that have been on my brain for a while and have been on a lot of people's brain for a while, which is what are the consequences of such a powerful technology like the internet, and social networking. And I just think in general it's having real face-to-face community uh, is irreplaceable. And the irony of me saying that on a live stream, but I want to build, I want to be part of a community of people uh, where we can all help each other out, and we're all more connected and know each other. Um, and I think music can play such a big role in that, and performers can play such a big role in that. And that our job beyond just learning how to play music and make songs, and be able to perform them at a reasonable level in a live setting, is to connect with people and try to connect other people and try to figure out how can we be people that help, grow community, help foster, I guess is the word, foster community. And how do we help be more aware of different needs, and helping to see who can address these different needs. Um, so one of the things that, I guess, one starting point is the open mic, um, as a place to connect with other musicians. I've now got this studio space, and I can show this real quick. Take a look at the studio space. So behind me actually is the green screen. You can see there I am. We got another green screen on the other side. This is just a wall that I painted Disney Gamma Sector green. There's my door that I built, 4'8", like super thick drywall and green glue door. Bunch of panels, and there's a curtain. There's a giant calendar that's behind that curtain. Uh, those are my Yamaha HS8s for mixing, and the big picture couch, the Everyone couch, the Everyone van couch. That's the van that I drove around the country in, personified in a couch. And a drum set over there. All right, let's switch back. So I've got this space, and I'm finding I really enjoy, actually in particular, the mastering process of things. And I do enjoy the mixing process as well. And I think I'm going to get really good at it. I seem to have I don't get sick of it. I like doing it, and it's easy for me to get into. So um, that's something that I want to do through the open mic, is also to try to help other musicians just have a better sense of direction and ability. I'd like to get a lot of like-minded people that we have a similar goal of helping to make our community better, and make others stronger, um, through relationship. And um, I think music can be very helpful in that. And I can help. I think I can help other artists produce some stronger content, um, and maybe just more become more confident and more aware, and have more understanding about what it is exactly that they're trying to do. All right, so with that said, we're going to dive into this song. My meal, smoothie, exercise, that's important stuff in the morning. 8 a.m., get up, exercise, eat healthy, uh, and take it at a reasonable pace. That's my goal, is to not like try to kill myself with it. Be okay with not performing at the maximal level of the universe, and perform at a level that is good for me, pushes me beyond a little bit of what I'm comfortable with, and become happy with a a steady pace. Slow and steady wins the race, Noah. All right, so let's jump into this. So we're going to be working on a song, I believe it's called Arkansas Beckons. So I want to pull up, I'm going to pull up the lyrics, and then we're going to listen to it. Minimize this, minimize this. Where are my lyrics? All right, got it right here. All right, so we're going to switch. All right, here's Arkansas Beckons, and I think I can play it from here.
Go.
While this is going on, I'm going to get my guitar out. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. That's pretty quiet. Alright, well that's pretty quiet, but we can raise this. I was trying to get the volume levels right on the guitar, and it's coming through super quiet for some reason. Maybe it needs a new battery. So it's going to be noisy. Alright, well, for right now I can do this, and then I might need to switch out the battery on the guitar. See if that's the issue. It's coming through. I've got it turned all the way up. The other thing I can do, I'll do this. Give me a sec. I'm going to use a pedal for right now. Alright, so we listened to the song. Let me know what you think about the song. And again, all the help that I can get in getting subscribers to the YouTube channel, what I want to do is, so unfortunately you need 1,000 subscribers to be able to stream from your phone. But once you can stream from your phone, once I can stream from my phone, then I'll live stream the events that I do to YouTube. In particular, I'll live stream the open mic events. And I think that will be really cool to live stream those open mic events. Part of the reason to do that is it'll give me access to that video, and I'll be able to stream through the Wi-Fi of the venue that I'm in and get an angle. There's a good spot where I can put the phone and get a good angle of the stage, and then I'll be able to go back and access that video and download it and produce. I've got a way of recording the audio of the events, and get really good quality audio, and then I can match it with the video, and so I can give performers good quality audio and video of their performances at these open mic events. That's one of my goals. But I need to get to 1,000 subscribers to be able to stream to YouTube. I think I can stream on Facebook, but they recently had some kind of policy against live streams that deliver a music listening experience. And so I don't know if I do that, am I going to get banned or blocked or some kind of penalty. So I would like to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube to be able to do that. I'm at 86 now. And all it takes is people sharing it and promoting it. And so all the help that I can get doing that would be very much appreciated, because I'd love to provide this service. I think I'm going to be doing this for a while. So I've been doing it for about 7 years now, and I ain't stopping. All right. I'm going to use this pedal to get a better tone. Of course, the batteries are probably going to go out at some point. But we'll see how much we got. I've got plenty of batteries, I'll just have to change it out. That really works well. Alright, we're going to tune. And while we're tuning, I'm gonna play this one more time. We'll run through it with the lyrics.
Go.
Alright, so that's playing. Go! So this one's going through this time. I'm just going to talk about it. So I've already listened to it once. I've listened to it a few times. Alright, so we have what I would say is kind of a standard folk song. That's what I would understand it as, and I don't know that it's the right genre, exactly the right name. I don't worry too much about the names. I just think about what I've heard before, and I understand where it fits in musically within what I've heard before. So we've got kind of a standard chord progression, but there's some interesting things to think about as you move through this chord progression. I'm gonna pause it. So that the one thing is the vocals are a little bit well. Okay, first, this is not a. We know this is not a professional recording, so this is not a knock on the recording itself. The vocals are a bit suppressed underneath the rest of the sound. There's a lot of other sound going on. I think the bass in particular might be kind of loud, but that's one of the issues with bass is that those low frequencies can kind of dominate a lot of other things. They also carry really far, so depending on where you put the microphone, well, for example, in this studio, we went to great lengths to soundproof it and put double 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch drywall and green glue and mass-loaded vinyl in the walls and layered it around the whole thing. It was a massive project, and it still doesn't completely drown out low frequencies. So, for example, when planes fly overhead, the planes still get through because they have these really low, loud frequencies that just travel for miles. And loud bass, that's the issue, is bass noises or kick drums. Those low frequencies can permeate through a lot of different things, and they just travel far. This one, let's see. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. The issue a little bit is that the vocals are a little bit hard to hear, so to hear exactly what the melody is a little bit difficult, but I don't think it's too difficult. But let's jump ahead to something that might be a little bit interesting. So Katie's cooking crawdad soup in her cozy kitchen. The way it's written is it goes to a G, goes C, G, D, 7, G, and so it kind of resolves on that G. Let me play with it a little bit. Well, essentially, what could be maybe more typical is, especially with kind of the upbeat. Maybe I wouldn't use lackadaisical. A little bit, maybe a little bit comical, almost a little bit. It's not a comedy song at all. It's not a comedy song, but it's got a little bit of a playful attitude, and I think part of the kick of the song is, talking about making crawdad soup and electric he's a fixin'. There's lots of ways to speak English or speak any language, and typically you would say he's fixing electronics or something like that. But in this case, we got electric he's a fixin', and so part of the I think the point of this song is to show that the character who's writing it or singing it is really enjoying, getting to this Arkansas way of life and the Arkansas style. And so that's why you write it as electric he's a fixin', and in her cozy kitchen with apostrophe N. And so while it's this kind of a little more of a happy-go-lucky kind of feeling, you would think maybe you'd leave it in the D7 there. Katie's cooking crawdad soup in her cozy kitchen. But the way that it's written here is Katie's cooking crawdad soup in her cozy kitchen. Kitchen. I think it goes kitchen and down to a resolving note. And that's something to think about, because you could certainly leave it there on the D7. And these are the reason to talk about this is these are the kinds of decisions that I'll make as I'm going through here and trying to figure out an arrangement. I won't necessarily leave every single chord exactly the way that it's written. If it makes sense to me to change a chord to suit a way that I'm understanding the song and the way I might experience this, then I'll go ahead and do that so that I can really relate to it. And when I perform vocally, it really makes sense for me and I can get the best out of myself. Katie's cooking crawdad soup in her cozy kitchen. Hard work days, earning pay, chores to do at night. All right, I got to listen to it one more time and I'll play along with it. Start to learn this melody.
Go. I
let's close this. We've got, all right. I like that at the end, I see hug each other tight ×2, but they did 3 times. That's what I was thinking. It just feels like it should be 3 times. All right, so this is a harmony. I think, I think it's a harmony-driven song. Whiskey makes a scene, and tequila makes you drink. Wine gets you extra time. So get your drinking on, shine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. Let's try in a higher register. Whiskey makes a scene, and tequila makes you drink. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on, the ocean's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I have a family in Arkansas, and they sure do have a life. Churching and praying, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her, a table full of love. Living out their lifelong dreams, sent down from above. Sent down from above. So I like that, because yeah, like I was saying earlier there, and on the In Her Cozy Kitchen, those conclusions on those lines could be lead-ins to the next, and I think that would be the typical way it's written. And so, at least for me, when I'm sort of listening to or looking at these songs, looking at songs, should I just say I don't like to judge? I don't like to, because then when you judge, people are like, who are you to judge? When I evaluate songs, for me, and I guess the problem is I feel like I don't have any accolades, and so then when I judge, I feel like people are going to be who's this guy? He doesn't, why should we listen to him? And then I'll be like, they're right. So typically it would go, she's got him and he's got her. Let's see. I have a family in Arkansas, and they sure do have a life. Churching and praying, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her, and a table full of love. Living out their lifelong dreams, sent down from above. I think it would usually stay on that D7, sent down from above. Living out there, and then on the ranch with dogs and cats and kids there. Usually it would stay on that D7, but it doesn't here. And initially, at the first time that I heard it, I was thinking, okay, there's maybe a spot to change it, but I don't think it should change, because I think that it really accents a lot of the feeling that this particular song is going after, which is not really about the bells and whistles. It's just about good old country life, about the good old Arkansas Beckns. So it's a laid back, and it doesn't need to be, popping along and have the cool D7 transition. It just needs to resolve in G, because that's what it's all about. We're comfortable, and we're resolved in G. Arkansas is G, is a G state. I think I should use a capo, so I'm going to grab a capo here. I'm going to change the key for me. All right, I'm gonna bring it up. I think bring it up 4 steps, 4 half steps. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I have family in Arkansas, make sure to have a light. Search and pray, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her, a table full of love, living out their lifelong dreams sent from above. On the ranch with dogs and cats, kids they have a few. Friends and neighbors do stop by and they lightly have a brew. Carl's out back in his shack, electric he's a fixin'. Katie's cooking crawdad soup in her cozy kitchen. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes a dream. Wine don't get you extra time. Get your drinking, emotions all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. Hard work days and earning pay, chores to do at night. When the stars and Mars come out, they really are a sight. Grandpapa and Grandmama love to come and stay. So grab some cards for the game and 313 to play. Then we go into a solo. Alright, I feel like I'm clipping. I want to get these volumes kind of right here. I'm clipping on the vocals a little bit. So I'm going to bring that down. Maybe move this back and turn. Gonna turn the volume back up. Check, 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 check. Alright. Alright, so again, this is a harmony driven song. So, alright, let me pull these lyrics back up. Preview. Alright, so whiskey makes a scene. Alright, I want to turn on the vocal, couple of vocal effects here. A little bit of reverb, probably too much. Let's take some down. I don't need 13. Let's try 8. 8 wet, or we could do 13 and do more dry. 13, 13. Let's do 13 with 96 dry. So, and I'll take this off to talk for a second. So, little mixing thing. I think this is the way it works. Wet is sort of the percent of the effect that you want. You can go up to 100% or 0%. And then dry is like the percent of that you want to use. I think it's like not. It's like 90%. You're going to apply a 13% wet of this reverb effect onto 4% of the audio of that file. That's what I think this would mean right now when we got 96 dry and 13% wet. Dry. If you go 100% dry, you're just having 100% of the original audio. I think is how that works. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Alright, so let's turn these back on. And we're looking here at... Alright, so there's a number of things about these lyrics that I think are really good. I don't know that I would necessarily change anything in the lyrics. There's so many things that are probably very specific to Arkansas in that area. Like lines like grandpapa and grandmama. You know, you don't call grandma and grandpapa and grandmama unless you're in Arkansas or maybe some other areas that have that similar culture. So there's so many things that are you know, right on point with this you know, Arkansas Beckn. harmonies. Harmonies are gonna be key. Whiskey makes you see, tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drink on. Moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I have a feeling I'm sure you have a light. Church and pray, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her, and a table full of love. Living out their lifelong dreams, sometimes on the ranch with dogs and cats. Kids, they have a view. Friends and neighbors do stop by, and they like to have a brew. Carl's got back in his sack, electric keys and fixing. Katie's cooking crawdad soup in her cozy kitchen. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drink on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. Hard work days and earning pay, chores to do at night. When the stars and Mars come out, they really are a sight. Grandpapa and Grandmama come, love to come and stay. So grab some cards for the gang and 313 to play. Kiss the cousins, tuck in bed, sneak a piece of cake. Good times and memories are always fun to make. Grab that hand, kiss the groove, time to hit the hay. Slow the music, dance real low, and drink the night away. When they think this song is about alcohol, but read between the lines I say before you make that call. Cheers to those, give a roll, love with all your might. Savor every heartfelt word and hug each other tight. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. Cheers to those, give a rose, love with all your might. Savor every heartfelt word and hug each other tight. Hug each other tight. Hug each other tight. Something like that. Cheers to those and give a rose, love with all your might. Savor every heartfelt word and hug each other tight. Hug each other tight. Hug each other tight. Too hot there. Cheers to those and give a rose, love with all your might. Savor every heartfelt word and hug each other tight. Hug each other tight. Yeah, okay. This will be cool. This is gonna be good. I think I'm only gonna change one word in the whole song, and that's let's see, where is it? I'm gonna add the in before moonshine's all gone. That's the only thing I'm gonna change lyrically. So you're getting your money's worth. change anything else. This part I'm gonna show something, but I've heard grab the hooch and kiss the pooch before, but I don't really know what it means, so I probably should look that up. What is grab the hooch and kiss the pooch? What does it mean to kiss the pooch? Is it just kiss the dog? Alright, grab, what does it mean to grab the hooch? Exploring Chattahoochee by your choice of vehicle? That's called shooting the hooch. Okay, hooch slang for moonshine. Okay, I didn't know that. Alright. Okay, well there is a bit of, pull this back up. There are quite a few alcohol references in this song. Not too many, but you're grabbing the hooch before you go to bed. Maybe a little bit of alcoholism. If that's what it is. Alright, let's see. So I'm thinking whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes you dream, wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I have family in Arkansas, and they sure do have a life. Churching and praying, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her, and a table full of love. Living out their lifelong dreams, sent down from above, sent down from above. On the ranch with dogs and cats and kids, they have a few. Friends and neighbors do stop by and likely have a brew. Cars out back in the shag, electric he's a-fixin'. Katie's cooking crawdad soup in her cozy kitchen. Whiskey makes a scene. Alright, so I think it'll be part of what'll make this song work is figuring out where the harmonies go and what the harmonies are. I don't know that this one needs drums. Could have them for sure. I do have a drum set, so maybe I could try to figure something out. But I'm not much of a drummer, but I could play with it. And if I can get something that works, then we'll use it. What I think I'm gonna do is lay down the song, just singing it all the way through, and get a good performance, and then layer harmonies on the top of it, and then add bass, and maybe add a lead for that section where we've got a spot for a lead. And we could probably do something on the front and the end with lead as well. But I think the main thing for figuring out how this song is really going to flow from start to finish is where do the harmonies come in. And I think maybe you don't have harmonies on the verses, at least to an extent. I have a family in Arkansas, and they sure do have a life. Churching and praying, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her in a table full of love, living out their lifelong dreams sent down from above. On the ranch with dogs and cats and kids, they have a few. Friends and neighbors do stop by and likely have a brew. Alright, I'm going to sing it from start to finish, and I'm going to try to get a good performance of it, and then layer some harmonies, and so we can see what that will sound like. Get rid of the click. Too much. Oof, that's quick. I think I should just do there. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes a dream, wine don't get too expensive. So go and get your drink and all this food. The moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I have family in Arkansas, and they sure do have a life. Church and praying, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her in a table full of love, living out their lifelong dreams sent down from above. On the ranch with dogs and cats and kids, they have a few. Friends and neighbors do stop by and like they have a brew. Prowls out there in his cell, he's a fixin'. Baby's cooking crowded soup in her cozy kitchen. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes a dream, wine don't get too expensive. So go and get your drink and all the food, sun's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. Hard work days and running bay, and chores to do at night. When the stars and Mars come out, they really are a sight. Grandpapa and Grandmama love to come and stay, so grab some cards for the game. 313 will play. Kiss the cousins tuck in bed and sneak a piece of cake. Good times and memories are always fun to make. And grab that boots and kiss the boots when the time hits the hay. Slow music, dance below and drink the night away. You think this song was wrote without alcohol? Breathe clean. No, that was a pretty good take. I'm not completely happy with it. I was really happy with a lot of it. But we can work with that to get some of the ideas of the harmonies. Man, that was a good take. But there were a couple things. I think I realized how to do. I need to do something with slow the music. So here's one line I think I really like. Let's see. Grandpapa Mars, but when the stars and Mars come out. I think that's a really cool line. Let me take this reverb off. I think when the stars and Mars come out, they really are sight. I think that's a very cool line because most of the time you'd have when the stars and moon come out. Why would it be Mars? I don't know that I understand why it's Mars, but it is Mars, and I'm not planning to change it. I don't think I know better how to what people in Arkansas look at. I think that's really an interesting choice when the stars and Mars come out. So maybe from Arkansas you can see Mars more regularly or something. I don't know exactly how that works. But that's an interesting choice. I think most songwriters, you would have written Moon. And so then this is what I would think would be an example of why it's better to write from feeling, and you just write what makes sense. You don't worry about anything else. You write what you feel, because there's got to be a reason why it's Mars. When the stars and Mars come out, and I think that's really cool because stars rhymes with Mars. We got Arkansas, so we got kind of this R. They really are a sight. It just gives you the sense that when you say stars and Mars, that there's something real in this song. It's not just somebody wanted to write a country song or something. It's coming from real inspiration. So, all right. Let me mess with some harmonies here, and then, but let's see. I want to do something with slow the music. Grab the huge and kiss the booch. It's time to slow the music, dance real slow. How could we do that? Slow the music, because when it says slow the music, I don't think you cannot slow the music. You got to, right? I guess you could. Maybe there's a way to get through there where you're going fast and you say the word slow the music. But I feel like slow the music, you need to slow the music to show what that means. Why not, But that's going to be tough because this song's kicking along. And then you probably got to get right back into it. Or you could slow it a little bit, like, here we're grab the hooch, kiss the pooch, time to hit the hay. So we're going to sleep. We're getting ready for bed. And that's when the music slows. And then maybe there's a time, maybe this next thing, one may think this song was wrote about alcohol. Maybe this is sort of a bedtime musing. They're thinking, laying in bed thinking about this stuff. Read between the lines. And this is the songwriter maybe laying in bed and has this thought to share with you. And maybe you're watching a film, right? And you get to see their thoughts or something like that, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but with music, I think you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff that you can't get away with other things, where it doesn't need to make sense, because as long as you capture the feeling, people can connect the feelings, and then it tells a story from feeling to feeling. All right, so times kiss the cousin stuck in bed, sneak a piece of cake, good times and memories, always fun to make. Grab that hooch and kiss the hooch, it's time to hit the hay. Slow the music, dance real low, and drink the night away. One may think this song was wrote about alcohol. Between the lines I say before you make that call. Cheers to those and give a rose, love with all your might. Savor every heartfelt word and hug each other tight. Whiskey makes a scene. Alright. So I think that can work. Grab the hooch and kiss the pooch. It's time to hit the hay. Slow the music, dance real low, and drink the night away. I don't know if you should pick it back up there. Slow the music, dance real low, and drink the night away. One may think this song is wrote. That'll work. I think that'll work. Yeah. It's funny, this subtle stuff, because you want to get all the lines to work. All these feelings. Grab the hooch and kiss the pooch, it's time to hit the hay. Slow the music, dance real low, and drink the night away. One may think this song is wrote about alcohol. Read between the I say before you make that call? She's low, just give a rose, love with all your might. Savor every heartfelt word and hug each other tight. Whiskey makes a scene. All right, I tell you what, I'm gonna do another take. We're gonna do another take. Try to get a good one. Drink some water. Clear this smoothie crap out of my lungs. Pooch is alcohol, Pooch is a dog. I knew Pooch was a dog, but I thought Kiss the Pooch might be like a saying for something. I didn't know Pooch was alcohol. Like Kiss the Pooch, it's kind of like say goodnight or something, like kick the bucket or something. You know, Kiss the Pooch is kind of like kick the bucket. All right. Ah, that was it. And then I got off the chords. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes a dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I have family in Arkansas, they sure do have a light. Church and praying, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her, and a table full of love. Living out their lifelong dreams sent down from above. Alright. Need to drink more water. Let's try it again. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I have family in Arkansas, they sure do have a light. Church and rain, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her, and a table full of love. And a table full of love, table full of love. I'm gonna do that. That was a pretty good take though, but let's hit it again. Keep it rolling. Whiskey makes a scene. I don't want to do that thing yet. full of love. Table full of love. Table full of love. Whiskey makes a scene. Tequila makes a dream. Wine don't give you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I have family in Arkansas, and they sure do have a life. Churching and praying, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her, and a table full of love. Living out their lifelong dreams, sitting down from above. On the range with dogs and cats and kids, they have a few. The neighbors do stop by and likely have a brew. Carl's got a bed in his shack, electric he's a fixin'. Katie's cooking Claudette soup in her cozy kitchen. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes a dream. Wine, I'm losing the, that was pretty good, but I'm losing, I don't know if I need to drink more. I lost the mental focus a little bit, and I didn't have it differentiated right. Like I jumped into, and I wasn't on point on those. On Carl's at back in his shack, electric he's a fixin'. I need to be better. I nailed that one on the first take. All right, let's do it again. Duplicate these, mute those, and start Smeets. I think this wasn't. I wasn't recording the guitar. Why isn't it recording the guitar? See, anything's coming. Nothing's coming through on the guitar. That's weird. Maybe I need to change the battery. All right, well, if that's the case, let's work on some harmonies. So we'll go with the first one for now, just to work on some harmonies. This one a little bit to the right. Whiskey, whiskey, whiskey makes a scene. Ah, sat on it a little bit. Whiskey makes a scene, tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. So it's going to take a little bit of practice to get that dialed in. Harmonies are going to be tricky because they need to be right on point, and I think they need to be three-part harmonies for most of it. Whiskey makes you dream, and Kabila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I drew that one out. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. Alright, so we're low there. And let's duplicate and send this one over here and see what we can get. This one. Whiskey makes a scene and I'm going to bring these harmonies down a little bit. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes a dream. I think I want to do a lower harmony, not a higher. Whiskey makes a scene. Whiskey, whiskey, whiskey. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. I have family in Arkansas and they sure do have a life. Churching and praying, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her and a table full of love. Living out their lifelong dreams and sent down from above. On the ranch with dogs and cats and kids they have a few. Friends and neighbors do stop by and likely have a brew. I think I want to leave the harmonies out on that. I think it's going to be better to create some separation there. Let the verses breathe and then come back in maybe on very specific parts in the verses or only on the choruses. To breathe. There it is. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. We'll do the third part harmony again. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. Alright, let's try this. I'm gonna throw a really, let's see if I don't have like a super low voice, but maybe this can work. No, I think it's gonna need a bass. I was thinking you could do it. If I had the right like low end vocal, that would be pretty cool on this one. Save. course, I got to do this again, but I'm figuring out these parts. All right, Arkansas, Beckns. Arkansas Beckns by stage name James Smeets. All right, let's clip this off. Just I think it would be cool to have a lead, like a country lead guitar that kind of comes in, carries through these verses. I think it needs a low end harmony here. It does. Whiskey makes a scene, and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. Go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. All right, so I think we're definitely on to something here. All right, so I think a 4-part harmony is going to be the best, but it might not need to happen every chorus. But I think it needed to come in on the second chorus at least. All right, let's listen to this. The opening chorus. So when we listen to these harmonies, if they're just dialed in, the lead vocal I can kind of do whatever I feel like. I think the lead vocal can kind of go wherever it wants to, and have some character. But the harmonies need to be really on point, and I think the harmonies can carry past the lead vocal. So let's listen to this, and I'll explain what I mean. You can. Let's see. I think that on the time, the harmonies could extend. Time. So let me go ahead and do that. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. Alright, so let's try other harmony. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. Whiskey, whiskey. I was on the wrong. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and... I was on the wrong note there. Wine don't get you extra time. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. It's Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. Extra time. I think I can go up maybe there. Whiskey makes a scene and tequila makes you dream. Wine don't get you extra time. So go and get your drinking on before the moonshine's all gone. See as many sunsets as you can. Not bad. You gotta get like the shape of everything right. The shape of the sound's gotta be right. That one, I think that's pretty close. Alright, so let me take this reverb off. Duplicate. Check, 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 check. Alright, so we'll listen to it again. And I'm going to listen to it one time and then I'm going to put it down for a little while. I'll change the battery out on the guitar and I'll come back to it. So we're at 4 half steps on a capo. We got to do bass. I guess I could go ahead and lay down and play with the bass. Let's listen to it again. Alright, so here's something I want to do is I'm going to play with the EQ on the vocal for just a little bit. This vocal is like a little bit like, I have family in Arkansas, and it's just not enough distinct. It's not distinct enough for me. It doesn't draw enough attention to itself, and it needs to carry the sound. And so maybe I can pull that off just by EQing it. It's in a lower register in my voice, and I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do too much that's better than what I did on this take. I can go up higher. I could change melody lines or change pitches, but maybe there's something I can do here that will help get me what I'm looking for. I have family in Arkansas and they sure do have a light. Churching and praying, it's no solitary life. She's got him and he's got her and a table full of love. Living out their lifelong dreams sent down from above. On the ranch with dogs and cats and kids, they have a few. Friends and neighbors do stop by and likely have a food. Carl's out back in his shack, electric he's a fixin'. Katie's cooking fried soup in her gold All right, so I think that did enough, at least for now, and it's something I can play with later when I go to record a final take of when I try to get my final take of just the guitar and the lead vocal. Then I'll try to do something vocally that's a little bit better. Gives me a little yeah. I guess that's as good as I can put it. I'll try to do something vocally that really carries itself a little bit better. But then EQing it, part of it I think might be because the added harmonies, um, they the harmonies have so much power. They bring so much to it that then when you're left without them, it can illuminate things about the lead vocals. Like if you make repairs in your house, if you upgrade something in your house, like we upgraded some floors at one point, and then it makes everything else around it look old, and then you got to keep upgrading everything. Um, I want to try it. Well, we should try. Let me put the bass and then electric guitar. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, boom, 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 boom. Okay, boom. Capo is just a little bit to wrap my mind around the new chords. No, it's like all right. Let's see. and that's pretty close to where I lost it on this first take. All right, the bass. I'm gonna have to work on a bass part. That's. All right, let's try a little bit of electric. And these are just to get, it's just to get the process started. So this morning, I've, gone through the song a number of times, and the song is pretty straightforward, and I wouldn't change much about the lyrics. I mean, very little, really the word the, and I think like occasionally dropping on the word before, just saying for instead of saying before. Um, just doing whatever feels natural, um, and then right now, so I've got the gist of the song, like the core, the heart of the song is going to be this guitar and the voice, and then I'm going to build everything else around that, harmonies, and so that is essentially done. I don't have a performance yet that I'm happy with, but I know essentially what I'm going for, and then all I need to do is go back and do however many performances it takes till I get one where I'm like, yes, that's the one um, that hits enough of the boxes where then I think that that's going to work for me. Um, I don't know. Am I ever? Is there ever such thing as like a perfect performance? No, because they're all different. But I want to get something where I am happy with all the different pieces and how it all comes together. Then once I got that, then I can build all this stuff on top. But right now I've got something that's good enough to work with where I can just go through and experiment a little bit and try to figure out, okay, what is the bass line going to be? What are the harmony lines going to be? Get a little bit of practice doing them, and then let it rest for a while, and then come back when I've got more energy and more focus to get good takes of them. All right, so unplug the bass. Now we're plugging in the guitar. All right, so with the guitar, all right, let's see here. I'm just going to run through it and see if I can't come up with this tone. I'm just throwing one random tone up. It's probably not going to work. All right, so the bass is too much. I mean, I got to figure out something with the bass there for sure. Not like in the tone that I have on this guitar. Let's try this. Something with a little more. All right, so just playing around, trying to get a good feel for the vibe. I think there are a few things in there that were some cool ideas, and then also just seeing how does it feel to play a lead during the verses. That's the main thing that I was thinking. There will be a section for lead in this song, definitely. So one is just experimenting with some tones, and then another is just playing through the whole song to see is there anywhere in the song that lead makes sense, just to have something going on. And I thought maybe it'd be cool to have something in the verse going on. And then when I'm going through that, it's a matter of trying to see, one, tonally, does it work? Does it add? Does it contribute something? Having that tone there, does it add to or take away? And it's hard to know exactly because what you play, massively impacts whether or not it contributes or takes away. But trying to just pay attention to just the tone, does that contribute to the feeling? And then try to think, if I didn't play something that works there, is there something that I could play using that tone that would contribute? And I'm sort of on the fence at this point, but I think there are a few things in there that were working. I'm going to listen back and then I'm going to call it for this stream. Read, Beline, whatever that was. All right, I think that's going to do it for this this effort and this stream. Um, Help me out by sharing the YouTube channel or inviting people to like the YouTube channel. My goal now is 1,000 subscribers. My goal was 100, and I'm not quite to 100 yet. I'm at 86. Once I get to 100, I can get a URL, a unique. I can choose my own URL for the YouTube, which I'll probably choose. It's Noah Grove. And then once I'm at 1,000, I can stream from my phone, and so that's pretty important to me because I want to stream from my phone to YouTube at my live events, and in particular the open mic events, which will help me to be able to produce good video quality for other artists that come to my events. And that's one of the things I want to be able to do is, and one of the things I enjoy doing is going back and pulling the video and getting the audio that I record and mixing it and mastering it and syncing it to the video. So it's something that I can offer to people that participate in my events. But yeah, I think we made some progress there. I'm pretty happy with a lot of what I'm hearing. The bass. Let me take this with the reverb off. There we go. The bass is too busy, or at least up and down. A lot of times for this kind of song, I found that boom 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 works, but it's not working here. It's just pulling. It's too much noise on the low end, and it's taken away from the song. It's like cluttering it up. The song needs to breathe more, and so I'm gonna have to play with. I think the bass line might be kind of tough actually, but I think I might have to sit on one note and play faster, and do more of a walking kind of bass. And play with some rhythm and like some sort of in between notes. Something like that. I think that's going to work better. And maybe I could experiment with keeping the no bass line on the verses. I think that probably won't work. Usually once the bass is in, it needs to kind of stay in. But and the lead actually I think was working in different parts. I think having it pretty low in the mix, but then the playing needs to be spot on. So I think I will play with a pick and work on that some more. But then the next step, I think, now that I've got some of this stuff figured out and I have the general instrumentation figured out, for the most part, there's some other stuff that I could experiment, like throwing a shaker or a tambourine or something in there. And I could play around with the drums, see if the drums work. Drums could definitely work on that. It's just a matter of my ability to play them. Yeah, the next step would be going back and recording from start to finish a solid vocal and guitar take of the song, and then working from that to build out the rest of the song. So this is Arkansas Beckons by stage name Jane Smeets, and thank you, Jane, for having me work on this song. I'm looking forward to continue to work on it and get towards the final product and hearing what that sounds like. I hope you enjoyed what you heard, and I've got some events coming up. Hopefully I'll see some of y'all at the open mic in Southern Roots Park Circle next Thursday. We are going to do it. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving, but I will be at Park Circle Southern Roots hosting the open mic. Thanks for tuning into my live stream. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.